Hello and happy Saturday. Welcome back. I just had closed out the video in my car on Saturday and we are picking it right back up. I just did routine practice and it went much better than I was anticipating. I kind of came in, I stretched for a while. My game plan was just touch it. It'll make for a better practice tomorrow. Don't do any tumbling, just go through, clean up. I come in and I'm like, okay, I'm feeling pretty good. I start running it and I'm like, okay, I'm not as tired as I thought. I didn't do my running tumbling, but I did my other tumbling. I just didn't do standing tuck. I did back handspring instead. All things considered, I didn't sleep much last night because I had an early flight. I had a chaotic morning. My body temperature's been super high all day. I'm practicing much later in the day than normal, and my weight was high because it's later in the day, and I just kind of came in with low expectations, and I did my entire routine minus my running tumbling, and then I just had subbed in back handsprings instead of a back tuck. It wasn't super perfect or super clean, but I did it, and it wasn't awful. It was pretty good. It just wasn't phenomenal. So considering I'm 11 weeks out, I am saying huge, huge win for the day. I feel good. I don't need to keep practicing it today. I did what I intended to do, and now I'm gonna do my cardio, and I'm gonna sit in the sauna just because my weight was super high. So I know just between not sleeping last night, the chaos this morning, it's just my body felt a lot of stress. So I'm gonna try to just sweat some of it out, get to bed early. I don't really have an appetite. So I'm gonna do an Instacart order. I'm gonna save the time. Don't go to get groceries. Try to get some stuff unpacked at the apartment so I can just have a clean space to deal with. But that is super exciting. I did it. I did my first, I feel doing it the first time before a show and being 11 weeks out, I'm yes, that's a huge win. Obviously now I can just continue to improve the routine, maybe make it a little more difficult, add more flair, whatever I need to do, but I am so proud right now. Super proud, super proud, super proud. Now, time for cardio and sauna. Hello, it is Sunday, July 12th, 11 weeks from today. Olympia will be over. It seems crazy. Had a really good practice yesterday. I think I mentioned that in the last little clip. We are back at LA Fitness. We are going to be doing another practice today. It's a little bit earlier in the day. I did get my 9.5 hours last night, so my sleep debt has been cleared. I am primed and ready to take on the week, the 4-day week, because I'm leaving for Vegas on Friday. So did my check-ins this morning, sent them over to Justin. I'll drop those photos. Somehow my weight leveled back out to what it had been on Wednesday, so happy about that. Wednesday when I checked in, we made some slight changes, so I altered for the week coming up. So I will see if now we are going to incorporate any type of diet changes. I do feel like I want to drop him a note and just be I'd like to start adding in HIIT just so that my endurance stays in a good place. So I meant to send that over to him this morning, so I will just kind of double back. But yesterday I left the gym, I went home, I got completely unpacked. That's good. There are some things that we're trying to get done this week just so that when we come back, it's less chaotic. So I have floating nightstands that need to get put together. My patio furniture needs to get put together. I need to change the registration out on my car. I realized that when my car, they didn't do my service that they were supposed to do, and they had it for 4 days. So that's annoying. They fixed the canister valve or whatever was wrong, but didn't do my service. So maybe we'll drop the car off before we leave just so that it's good to go when I get back. What else did I do? We ended up just ordering saltgrass for dinner, so I just had a steak, asparagus, salad, nothing crazy. I just didn't want to, I ordered Instacarted groceries so that I had everything that I was going to need for the week. I just was trying to really focus on cleaning up and stuff, and I did not want to waste my time cooking and cleaning up behind myself. Last night when I was trying to get all my other stuff organized, showered, washed my hair, it had been a week, so it was like way past time. I'd like to try to get my nails done today, if I can, just before Vegas. I do the dip on my nails, so it's my real nail, and they just add the dip over it, but they've just been starting to lift, and I'm getting my hair caught in them, so before we leave, that's definitely on my to-do list. What else do we have? I got this little thing, this like acrylic glass thing that I ordered for my office, and it says do epic shit, and it's like floral, but then it like says it kind of like painted, so we got that in. I'd like to have that hung up, and it's like super light, but it's so cute. I love it. And we still need to like hide my cords everywhere. I need to order drawer pulls for my dressers, which has just been, I feel like I don't have that much. I've gotten so much stuff done at the apartment, but there's still just like a lingering last minute stuff, but it's like, it's livable, it's fine, it's just not 100% the way I want it yet. So bedroom will be next on the list to like make it aesthetic. Like, it's just bare bones right now. It's a bed, my dresser, the dog bed, the TV's up. We need to get that nightstand in, and then I need to get some type of painting for behind my bed, and then I want to fix those drawer pulls. I want it to just be like clean girl aesthetic, not like super decorative, if that makes sense. I did laundry yesterday, so I feel pretty caught up, which is good. We're gonna head into the week in a good place. I'm really gonna be pushing my workouts hard, cardio hard, not necessarily length of time, but just weight. Just, you know, I still have good energy right now. My body feels good, and then knowing that I have Vegas coming up, I just want to make sure that I'm setting myself up for not to fail, essentially. Like, you know, going on a trip when you're in prep can, you know, really affect a lot of people, but for me, I've done macros for so long that like I know how to eat and I can adjust accordingly. You know, it's just making sure number one is always for me staying on top of like my diet and my training, and you know, everything else can fall into place. So we'll fly in early Friday morning, probably find a gym, do a grocery order. We'll do dinner there Friday night, and then Saturday's going to be the pool, come back Sunday morning. So it shouldn't be too bad. Love it. Yeah, so I think that's really all the updates. I will keep you guys posted on what Justin says. Hopefully this week I can also get over and do the cold plunge and sauna. Just continue to help my body recover. I know the leaner, you know, as I continue to come back down, my joints will start to feel it more, so I need to definitely stay on top of those things. And I'm going to get in the gym, stretch, routine. Then I'm going to do just a little bit of jump rope, sauna, and that's all on the docket today. I don't have any cardio specifically programmed for today. And yeah, then we're going to try to get these nails done, get home, continue to work around the apartment so that I set myself up for success. Thursday. It is July 14th. So we are 10 and a half weeks out from this year's Olympia. I did check in with Justin on Sunday. I think that's already clipped in here with my check-ins. I was like 130, so 5-6 pounds above peak week weight and plenty of time to go. So I sent him a message just letting him know that I was requesting that we add my HIIT back in. He kind of responded like, I just wait for you to tell me when we need to add it in, because I like to really use HIIT as a supplement to work my endurance for my routine training. So for me, it's important to have it in. It allows me to work on my endurance without beating up my body, because there's not really anything that is ever going to substitute routine practice, but it is the closest thing that allows me to work on my endurance. So we added that back in. My first little food drop. So we dropped about 30 grams of carbs. So my food was at like 210 for carbs. We're now at 180. And then fats went down by 5. So they were at 60, so now we're at 55. So I'm not really feeling it yet, but I'm hoping that the small change in my food starts to stimulate some movement. We did make a couple adjustments to my supplementation, but nothing crazy. My labs did come back and everything looked good. Anything that was like out of range was like really just barely out of range or slightly low. So nothing really that like raised any red flags or concerns. I have to actually go back to redo my thyroid panel because they didn't have it added. And then when they went back to add it, they used to hold the sample for like 5 days, and I guess they changed it to 3 days, so now they need another sample. So I need to get that done, hopefully before I leave for Vegas. But those are the, oh, and we made a slight adjustment as well. So we added in the HIIT and then 5 extra minutes of cardio. So it was 5 times a week, 20 minutes. Now it's 5 times a week for 25 minutes. So very small changes, but hopefully we just start to stimulate some movement. Of the weight, the body composition, even if the weight doesn't move a ton, it would just be nice to, you know, start to see again some more definition in my midsection. You wanna come in? You wanna come sit? So that's really where all of that's at. Saturday, I ended up having a really good practice, which actually caught me way off guard, way by surprise, because it was like way later in the day than I normally practice. I had that hectic morning with travel. I took a really long nap. Like I just felt groggy going in, but I guess I felt rested. My body felt good. So I was able to get a lot done on Saturday. Sunday's practice was just okay. There was like a few people in there like doing some type of like group workout, like the boxing bags. They had like a circuit set up, a ladder set up, a speaker. So it was just a little harder for me to concentrate than normal, but it was fine. Got it done. Some practice is better than no practice. It wasn't bad. It was just hard for me to hear my music, so my timing was a little bit off in some places, and I felt a little tired, but I was a little sore from the day before because like I got a lot done that Saturday. So felt good about all that. I still am going to try to practice on Thursday, I think. Just get in a practice before we head out. I'd also like to get packed pretty soon before we leave. All this good stuff. My little baby. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Scarlett this morning ate the rest of Thor's rice in his bowl, and she ate it so fast because I think she thought she would get in trouble, which she wouldn't, but because Thor didn't eat it. But she ate it so fast, like she turned around and just threw it up. Didn't you, girl? She's silly. Yeah, so that's today. I think I'm gonna go sit out by the pool for a little bit, just recharge. And I have some imminent small group calls this evening, so that's gonna be at 5 and then at 6, so they're just 30 minutes. So I have a little buffer in between, but that's gonna be most of the evening. And then probably tomorrow I'm gonna start packing. I'm gonna leave my luggage away because the dogs get anxious and I just left them and I don't really want to leave them again, but we're here. So I'm just gonna at least start pulling out the clothes that I'm gonna be packing just so it can be pretty low stress. I don't need a ton of clothes. Like We're leaving Friday. We're coming back Sunday. I need some bathing suits, some pool clothes, some pajamas, and a couple outfits. And that's it. And what else? My giveaway did close, and congratulations to the winners. They both got $150 gift cards to Better Bodies. First place is going to be getting a Wolfpack bag mailed to them, and then second place is getting the CBD rub, and then the special gifts, they're both getting my t-shirts. So that is the giveaway. We were celebrating 12 weeks out from the Olympia, and now I'm like, oh, it's 10 and a half. It's crazy. So everything's been going good. I still haven't, I want to get back to destination. I feel like I haven't been there in forever, just with traveling. And then this morning and yesterday morning, I just woke up and worked out in my apartment gym, because it is like, there's still so much stuff in there that it's just so convenient. And I've been trying to just get adjusted to my sleep schedule. And then I got a new posing suit from KH Customs. I put it on my story the other day. It's a cute little reddy, red bikini. So I never really wear red that much, and I don't wear red on stage because I tan with LSR that has more of a red undertint. And so I just figured red would be kind of fun for check-in, since I don't really get to wear it that much. So I was super happy to get that in the mail. And I think that's it. I do have some questions I got on Instagram, but I'm gonna plop that in its own video or own segment of this video. So if you have a question, drop it. If I don't end up putting it in this video, if you have questions, send them to me on Instagram and I will include it in that video. Thank you so much. Welcome back. It is July 16th, Thursday. So we have finished the work day. It was a little bit of a piecemeal day for me. I woke up, I did work. Let's turn off those windshield wipers. I'm like, it just started randomly sprinkling here. So woke up, did some work. I ran to the post office to drop off the giveaway packages so that they would be mailed out before I leave for Vegas. I went and got an adjustment and some shockwave therapy. I did a blood draw just to test my thyroid panel because it was missing on my last labs. I did a mix shot, and then I got in the cold plunge. So it was a busy morning. I stopped by Dutch Bros to get a coffee, and their system was down, so I ended up getting a free coffee. So God was looking out for me today. He said, you need free caffeine. Went home, did some more work. I was supposed to have an intro call. Person no-showed. So I left. I dropped the dogs off so that I have one less thing to deal with this evening while I'm packing. They're fine. They're easy, but they get very anxious when I pull out my luggage. So I was like, okay, I pulled out my clothes and all that kind of stuff, but I was like, I'm just not going to let them see my luggage. They're at Rich's house. They're comfortable there. I made it over here to LA because I had promised myself I would try to touch this routine again before leaving for Vegas. So it's 3:48. This is definitely later than I normally practice. So I'm kind of going in with low expectations. I just need to work on the sections, touch the sections, and then I'll do a little bit of HIIT to make sure I'm running my endurance. But I didn't want to go more than 7 days without doing my routine. So last week when I was traveling, I was able to practice on Saturday, and then I flew out Sunday, and then I flew back Saturday, and I was able to do routine Saturday, Sunday. So I didn't, even though I went a week in between practicing, it wasn't more than that. And I don't want to do that in this case either. So I'm going to practice today, even if it's shorter sections, you know, that's still useful for cleaning up, theatrics, timing, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to get in there, stretch, do that, do a little bit hit the sauna. My weight was really, really high this morning. And I know we made a couple changes to like my supplementation. We pulled back on food, added a little bit more stimulants, but sometimes it's like, it has the adverse effect for me. Like I was eating a decent amount of food and I had kind of stopped gaining weight. But then when we start to actually try to stimulate the weight loss, it's like my body kind of goes into like, okay, let's try to keep this weight on us. Cause it's like your body is happy at a certain weight. So I think that's a piece of it. I don't really know. I just theorize, but that's very normal for me when I try to enter into a weight loss phase, that it's not a straight line of progress. It usually is a spike and then it's like a slow down and then it's like a whoosh. So I'm just gonna have to remind Justin that what he thought his target was on Sunday is not realistic in my book. So I'm gonna get in there, do that. Then I'm gonna head home and pack. In between runs or when I'm doing my cardio or something, I'm just gonna make a list of the things I need to remember to do and pack. Most of the clothes and stuff I already pulled out, but like this isn't a show, this isn't for work. I'm going for fun. So if I forget something, I forget something. It's not the end of the world. It's such a quick trip. I probably am gonna way overpack anyway, so I'm not gonna spend too much time like overthinking it. And I'm just gonna try to get moving here, get stretched as fast as I can, get this little run through under my belt just so that I feel better and less stressed. We have a 7 a.m. flight tomorrow again. So it's another it's gonna be like a 4:30 a.m. wake up, 5 a.m. The driver's coming to get us. So I need to swear off these 7 a.m. flights, I swear. But like I mentioned, it's not a long trip. I don't have a ton to pack. It's not for work. It's not for a show. If I'm missing something, I'm missing something and I will roll with it. I did finally get my favorite flavor, cherry on top. I get all the flavors, but I normally get like 2 of them and then like 1 of the others just to rotate through so I don't get flavor fatigue, but I was missing those. I finally felt settled, got back from my trip, so I got in my Royal Power order. So yeah, it's been a busy week, all good stuff. I cannot complain. 10 weeks out on Saturday, so we still have plenty of time. I'm not too worried. I would rather have the weight gain at this 9 week out mark, just so that when we start pulling back down, you know, I'm maintaining the muscle, the fullness in my muscle, the things that are very important. But at least now for this period, I still have energy to do my routine. My lifts are good. I'm not going to complain. I think, as I mentioned before, it's like, it's not my business what I look like. It's Justin's business. So I just need to maintain a good line of communication with like what's normal for my body, what I'm expecting, where my stress is, how I'm feeling, and then let him dictate the plan. And then I just need to execute it. So I'm going to get moving here. I need to move today. I felt very sedentary. I took the dogs for a little bit of walk, but besides that, I'm used to working out earlier in the day, so I feel like I haven't gotten my movement in. So I'm gonna get moving. I'm gonna get home, get packed, and try to get to bed early because we're headed to Vegas. Vegas. Hello from Vegas. We are here. It's Leslie's birthday. We're training at Fit Club in Vegas, so everyone is here for Leslie's birthday. We flew in this morning. They flew in last night, and we came to train. I'm doing a little posterior chain. I'm gonna do glutes, hamstrings, back, a little bit of cardio, and then have some lunch, hang out by the pool, and then we will get ready for tonight. So it's been a smooth trip so far. We're keeping everything in check, on schedule. Really just using this time to rest and enjoy so that I can lock in Monday just even further for Olympia. So gonna take this time, enjoy, rest, recoup, mentally refresh, and hit it hard. like that, we are back in Dallas. I am finishing legs and my cardio. We had a morning flight. It wasn't too early, but still with the time change and the flight time, we landed at like 12:50. We got home. I actually passed out for about an hour and a half and then came to the gym to do legs, cardio, sauna. Rich is gonna go to the grocery store so that we have food. I really enjoyed my time in Vegas. It was a good group of people, good vibes, good energy. A couple days to just deconnect, refresh, and keep moving. Friday night was like the busy day, so we had gotten up really early for a flight, flown in, and then like with the flight time, but then like the change in time zones, we ent in pretty early. We headed to the house. We all headed to the gym, so you guys see that clipped in. And then after that, went back to the house, got ready. Then we went over to the Wynn and had lunch, walked around the shops, did a little shopping. I didn't buy anything, but I looked at some stuff, headed back to the house, got ready for dinner, and then we went out. So we went to, I want to say the restaurant was in the Aria. It was like an upscale, like Mexican steakhouse. And then from there we went to, I forget what the nightclub was called. The Omni, the Aria, I don't remember, but super fun night. Haven't been up late like that in quite a while. So the first night, the night before the flight, I didn't get much sleep. Maybe 5-ish hours. And then we were up for like 26 hours. And then I only slept for like 3.5 hours. So over the course of 2 days, I had slept 8 hours. So my sleep debt was quite high. Last night, I got a decent amount of sleep, so I didn't necessarily move the needle on my sleep debt, but I at least felt a lot better today getting on the flight. And then I did get that little nap in, so that felt good. We are now officially less than 10 weeks out from Olympia. So we are 69 days. So it's crazy. We were like at the airport today. I was like, 10 weeks from today, like we're flying back after Olympia. Like it's going to be over. So it's definitely going to be grind time now. Head down, focus, no more travel. Still going to have work stuff, imminent stuff, all that kind of things, just to like, normal everyday life stuff has to keep going just because prep is, entering the push zone doesn't mean that disappears. I'm happy that I'm not going to be studying during this prep, so I did pick up a couple books on my Kindle just to get back in my reading habit. It's a good way for me to like disconnect and like kind of escape, because I read fiction. From ever doing like self-development books, a lot of times I like to listen to those on audio, but I picked up a book this morning. I was reading this one book, and the good daughter or something. It was an excellent book. I really liked it, but the chapters were really, really long. So for me, I love reading my Kindle. Like I like when books have short chapters, not because necessarily I read, like I just feel like it's easier for me to slip in like a quick chapter or two, but it's really hard for me when I open a chapter and it's like 45 minutes or an hour and 10 minutes. Like that's the average reading time of the chapter. And then I'm just like, well, I can't finish the chapter, so I don't want to start it. And then it's like, or I start a chapter and then I kind of have to go back when I go to read it because like you're in the middle of the chapter. So it just took me a lot longer to read. And then obviously I started it before, I had started that book when I took my test the first time in May, and then when I didn't pass and I needed to study again to retake the test, I was like, okay, like I'm not reading for pleasure, like I'm only going to be reading my notes, doing the stuff for school, because I wasn't taking any chances. So I understand I kind of took a pause because of that and the move and that kind of stuff. So I just finished that book on the way there. I picked up this book on the way back, just downloaded it to read. I started today and I'm about 40% done with it already. So it's a quick read. I read most of the flight and then I just read a little bit on the stairs. I'm going to sit in the sauna and probably read another chapter or two, get in the bath. I'd love to just get this book done in a couple days. I want to catch up. Like I set a reading goal at the beginning of every year and I'm quite a bit behind right now. So if I can make some progress on that, I'll feel good. Tomorrow is going to be Monday. So I might try to sleep in and then train in the garage and then see if I can come over here to sneak in a practice. But if it's not today, if it's not tomorrow, definitely midweek or something, I'd like to try to come over here to do it as well. I did plan ahead this week. Like, I practiced on Thursday because I knew I wasn't really gonna have a space or time to practice while we were in Vegas. So I did practice on Thursday instead of Saturday. And obviously today's Sunday and we got back late. So I was just like, I'll do legs and then I'll sneak in another weekday practice. So hopefully I'll get a practice in the next couple days. Like, I'm not like stressing over when, but I'd like to get a weekday practice in and then get back on my normal schedule, Saturday, Sunday practices, head down, really start refining some of those details, pushing the endurance. We did add HIIT back in, so that feels good for my endurance, just to be pushing a little bit more. Cardio is a little bit more increased, so we're definitely in the season of leaning out. I mean, I feel like even though I'm like 10 weeks out, like I'm not starting from a complete off season. Yes, I have weight to lose, but I'm still like not holding a lot of body fat per se. Like, I'm in a good position, I think. Even just figuring out a little bit whatever I can do with my digestion. Like, post-travel, like, I'm kind of wrecked, but I sat in the hot tub last night and that seemed to help with my digestion. I'm gonna get an at-home like vibration plate, so it's good for lymphatic drainage, digestion, all those kinds of things, but you know, you only have to do it a couple minutes a day, so that's something quick and easy to be able to incorporate. I feel good about this week. I feel excited. I have a new hire starting as well on Tuesday. She's just going to be starting part-time until she passes her test. So get that kind of in the works, get her up to speed on the marketing side of things. And then when she passes her test, then we'll start introducing like the financial part of things. So it won't overwhelm her as much. It's not going to overwhelm me as much. And just start to kind of get her up to speed so that mainly for me, I'm just like, this is gonna make my life a lot easier from a training perspective and like my time and all that kind of stuff. So that's gonna be happening this week. I have a decent amount of intro calls for Imminent, which is exciting just because one, I need practice, and two, you know, my goal is to help continue to grow the team, and I would love, you know, to see, you know, a 10-15% increase in athletes from now until the end of the year. And I'm going to be working this week heavily on getting the CRM system up to date. So we just subscribed to that. I'm going to be migrating that data over. So I've been using Claude to help me program that and get it like data ready cleanup. So feel good about that, happy about that. And that's really all the updates. I mean, routine is in a good place. I still just want to keep pushing my endurance. My knee and my elbow this trip were bothering me quite a bit, so I did ice them when I got home. I think I'm going to continue to do that. It's just something with the pressure. I think when flying, like, I couldn't get the inflammation down, and then now that I'm practicing more and cardioing more, it's just, you're not, you know, haven't been recovering quite as much. So need to do that. I have a Baker cyst in the back of my knee, and it's just, I don't know why they didn't remove it when they did my knee scope a few years ago, because it was there then and they didn't, and it's just continued to grow, and it's just like I feel it a lot all the time. So I mean, at some point I really should get that removed, but then that means time off, and I don't like that. So yeah, so I think that's really all I have for today, for this week. We are wrapping it up, under 10 weeks out, and yeah, I just feel like everything's in a really good place. Life is in a good place. You know, my head's in good space. I'm really focusing this prep on just being present in the days and enjoying it and like the journey and not being so outcome focused. I just want to be at my best. I want to feel at my best and have a performance that feels like me. And at the end of the day, no matter the outcome, that's going to be a big win.